rock stars, roadies, or groupies were harmed in the making of this broadcast. Giving it to you straight and no chaser. This is On the Rocks with Jamie Wilson. Hey, guys. Welcome to On the Rocks. I'm Jamie Wilson. And yeah, man, I'm on location right now. As you can see, it's a different background. It's a different light, right? I have no control over the external lights in this building. So yeah, you're seeing more of the room, which ain't even my room, right? But yeah, it's been a crazy day. I've been up and working since 5 a.m. And boy, when you start talking about second wind and then third wind, I think I just found my fourth wind, because tonight's going to be a spectacular episode. I'm going to be talking to guys who are almost, I think, half my age, and who have released two amazing songs that I absolutely love. Their one song in particular got me through some very tough times last year, and I'm so happy to have them on the show. But before that, we've got some announcements from Offshore Music. Ian Penn is coming out with a new album under Offshore Music called Two Drank Soju on May 21. That's next Friday. Tune into Offshore on FB and Instagram for more updates. Follow them on their social media. A lot of music, a lot of good music has been coming out lately. And hey, support original Filipino music. And Offshore is the place to be. Go where the sound takes you guys. And of course, thank you so much. We'd like to acknowledge Buenos Panaderia. Thank you so much for the happiness that you bring me. And of course, the Misty Mountain Cafe. I brought a shitload of your coffee to keep me going. I'm going to be here for a month, guys, in this shoot. So yeah, Misty Mountain Cafe, their premium blend coffees are going to keep me going. And of course, our friends from Liquor.PH, they sent me this wonderful Jack Daniel's Rye Tennessee whiskey, baby. Ooh, it's strong. It's strong, but maybe that's why I'm getting my fourth wind. Liquor.PH will give you 200 pesos off of every Jack Daniel's products by using the promo code JD200. Use a discount on the best that Jack has to offer, such as the Jack Daniel's Rye. This beautiful bottle goes down to 1,500 pesos with free delivery in Metro Manila whenever you order from Liquor.PH. Now, all right, so these guys are amazing. And if you just listen to their music, when I started listening to it, I thought, seriously, these guys should be older than they actually are, and but they're not. They're practically half my age. So tonight, I'm going to attempt not to be that, funky bitching Tito that's giving them a hard time about their music, because these guys are so fucking talented. It's practically like unfair to the rest of us mere mortals. And I'm talking about this amazing band called Nobody's Home. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome on Ion Buendia, Justin Punzalan, Cairo Peralta. Nobody's Home, baby. Yeah.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Guys, how are you guys doing? Justin, thank you for joining us at literally the last minute, right before the show. Guys, usually we meet up like maybe 15 minutes to do our tech checks, right? But Justin, showed up 1 minute right before the show because hey, he had to take a shower, and I totally understand that. Look, now he's frozen. Now he's like, Justin, can you hear me?
Sorry.
All right, no worries, man. No worries. Hey, I mean, thank you guys for showing up. I mean, you guys are busy both with, releasing new music and school. How the hell do you juggle that? You guys are still in school, right? Cairo, let's go to you. Are you guys still in school?
Yes, yeah. I'm studying music production in Benilde right now. Technically third year. Yeah, third year.
Technically third year. Why did it take you a
I'm
few
delayed.
moments to like realize
I'm
that?
delayed. It's like I'm still taking like first year, so like a first year subject, and I took like an LOA. So yeah, it's been hard. Like I'm pretty slow in like theory. I'm really weak. But yeah, I think this time around I've been practicing during my leave of absence. But yeah, still in college.
And how do you balance like making music, recording, doing your guestings, and school at the same time? Or are you barely managing it? That's why you're still taking first year subjects.
Maybe I don't really know. Like we just yeah. I think it's harder for us to find
We
like a
don't.
common time. Yeah, we don't. It's harder for us to find like a common time schedule.
Yeah.
Like then balance like school and work. Like how we schedule like recordings is so hard now. Going into the studio.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun though.
What about you, Justin? You're still in school? Are you doing okay?
Unfortunately, yes. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm but yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm actually taking up marketing in DLSU Manila. So, but to managing this and school, yeah, it's a challenge, especially at this time. You know, going out. It's so scary going out. But I have the privilege of seeing these guys. So I love you guys.
Yeah.
You know that,
But but but
man.
but but, but you guys are doing online schooling, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's got to be a totally different challenge right there,
Yeah.
compared to, like, when you were doing face to face. I mean, you're working from home, you're doing your schoolwork from home, but that's got to be challenging. Ian, how do you manage it?
Uh, it's tough. It's tough, but something that helps a lot is just like finding some distractions, I guess, from time to time. Like just giving some time to yourself. Having alone time is great.
Yeah.
Alone time is really good. I mean, when you have to like shut off from the world, then that's very, very helpful, in terms of dealing with, like, this whole pandemic bullshit that we're still in a year,
Yeah.
a year and change. We're still dealing with that, and I'm sure you guys are atat na to gig. You know,
Yes.
Yeah. We haven't really gigged much like before pandemic. So yeah.
how many gigs did you have before the pandemic? I mean, when did you guys get together as a
When did we
band,
get
as
together?
Nobody's Home?
Oh,
Oh,
December 2018. Am I right?
oh
Yeah.
man, your memory's
Yeah.
so good.
Right.
Don't ask
Yeah.
December
me. Yeah.
2018.
2018. Yeah.
December 2018. And then
2018.
I'm really grateful though that we got to do like gigs on like the normal like places. Like we got to gig like one gig in 70s Bistro,
You did
uh
root.
in Root, then
Yeah, you did
Sagiho.
Root,
Like
and then
at
Root,
least
and then
Yeah.
Root, and then Root is gone.
yeah, so
At
Ah,
least
I'm really
at least you managed to play there.
exactly like super
yeah.
super thankful for that. That even like before COVID, like we were blessed to actually play there before it closed. Crazy.
And then you mentioned Sagiho,
Yeah, we've
right?
done a lot. We've done a couple in Sagiho, and it's pretty near. Like I used to condo in Taft, so it was not that far.
It wasn't a major journey all the way to, like,
Yeah,
say, 70s or Route 196. But
yeah,
it's nice because if you look at the three places that you played, you have Route 196, you have Sagiho, and you have 70s. And these are bars, these are gig places that basically it's tough in there is very discerning. The crowds that go to Sagiho and to Route 196 and to 70s Bistro have been, I mean, they're used to watching, the classic
oh
acts like POT, the Jerks. You know what I mean? These
yeah.
guys. And to get up on that stage, as a young band, was there any pressure
Oh,
in that sense?
there was definitely a lot of pressure. I mean, there's always gonna be a lot of pressure,
Yeah,
But I guess that's just part of it. That's just part of the experience. And yeah, you know what? I kind of like the pressure sometimes.
yeah,
It's
same.
it's a nice motivator.
Yeah,
Yes. It makes you want to do better and be better.
yeah,
Exactly,
for
and
sure.
I
exactly.
think and I think that's the name of the game. I mean, like, if you guys, I mean, you guys had about a year of gigging, a year and change before this pandemic hit, right? Or maybe 2 years. I think 2 years,
Yeah,
right? And if you guys, you know, succumb to the pressure, then you wouldn't have lasted that long. You wouldn't be releasing music right now if the pressure got to you. And pressure is always a great motivator to do better, because that's the whole point. Once you start playing on automatic pilot, then that's the worst thing,
That's
because
right.
that means you don't give a shit, and that would suck in the music world. You know what I mean? There's nothing I hate more than
Yeah.
watching a musician who just doesn't give a shit. He's just doing this, and I'm gonna do my 9 songs, and then I'm gonna or 3 songs or whatever songs, and
Right.
then I'm gonna leave the stage. And you're like, dude, you have to relish these experiences, and especially now during the pandemic, how this pandemic has basically shut down live music. I'm sure a lot of people, a lot of musicians specifically, are rethinking how they used to play, how they've taken some gigs for granted. And I'm glad you guys have never taken a gig for granted. Let's backtrack a bit though. I want to find out what you guys grew up listening to, if that's okay. I mean, like, what are your influences? What music do you remember listening to or hearing in your I would say formative years as children? Cairo, you wanna start?
Mm.
Um, since basing off like the sound also of the band and something that we've always talked about. Like for me personally, one of the like really big moments for me was that mom and dad had like this. I'm not sure if like a VCD or DVD of a Tears for Fears concert, and it was one of those. It was that concert where like Pale Shelter and like Mad World was like black and white, and then everything else was colored.
Wow.
And for some reason, I was so drawn into like the. I loved Pale Shelter so much, and I just loved the whole band. Like the whole music was so. I don't know, it just changed my life. So yeah, definitely Tears for Fears growing up. My parents are both musicians also. So they've been like a lot of car rides with different music. Not so much actually on like the 80s stuff, like the the Runner stuff, like a lot of James Taylor. um
Oh, well, that's good.
yeah, and then I was introduced to like harder stuff like Rage, like old school stuff, like old stuff that my parents would listen to. Beastie Boys.
Rage Against the Machine is old stuff already to you?
For
Fuck,
me,
you just made me feel
for
you,
me,
you just made me
yes.
feel fucking ancient, man. Rage is
For
already
me,
like classic for
for
you.
me,
Fuck.
no, not classic, but like I mean, I wasn't really born in that. Like, I didn't get to feel, the whole era of like riding along with that, and I wish I did. When they would release and like having to watch Zach De La Rocha like live and just with that power on stage. I mean, I didn't get to feel that, so I guess that's why I'm saying it's like they're
I
pretty
remember
old.
I remember the first time they played here, I actually managed to score a ticket last minute.
Oh wow!
And man, I mean, I've never seen that. Like, you're right, Cairo. The power on stage.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
guy, is giving 1,000% of himself.
mm,
And when
yeah,
I mean, Rage Against the Machine, of course, they're a political band.
yeah,
So he is actually spouting off things that he, 100% believes in.
yeah.
And considering, like, I think the band just arrived that day, and they had to do a show that night. He wasn't even sure what city he was in. You know how it is when they're touring,
Yeah.
what time zone he was in.
Yeah.
But dude, the power that came from that stage was just kick ass.
Mm,
You know, that's something that once we get a chance to do, we should see. You should see them live.
Also, there was this old like vinyl shop and in Taft in
Mhm.
Harrison Plaza,
Mhm.
which is sadly gone, I believe.
It's gone, also. No shit.
Yeah, they demolished it, and I got so like almost near tears because I was able to find like the songs from the Big Chair, like a really it was like 1,000, like really. I mean, to find this for 1,000 is super cheap, but like a couple of friends bought this for me, and also, yes, this one.
Oh
This is so
yes,
good. Like the drums here and everything, the production on this album, like super inspiring. Loved it. So there's those two vinyls I really had to get. My gosh.
fantastic. All right, what about you, Josh? What are
I'm a
your
big
what are
fan
your musical
of
influences?
yeah, I'm a big fan of Rage too. Actually,
Yeah. We used to play Rage in high school.
we there was a time where we were still in high school, right, Kai?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like every day after school, we'd go to the room and just play "Killing in the Name" for like three solid, like
And bomb
three.
track.
Yeah, and bomb track.
Bomb
Yeah, we
track.
play
Yeah.
bomb track. Yeah, because I'm a big fan of Tom Morello as well.
Tom
So
Morello, man.
yeah, Tom
The
Morello.
riffs. Iconic.
Yeah, but yeah, my parents aren't actually musicians, but my dad's like a big fan of the Police. So I grew up listening to the
Police. Oh
Police.
my gosh,
Yeah,
right.
Tears for Fears, U2, of course,
You
U2, The
too.
Cure, uh, the Cure and the Smiths. Yeah, Johnny Marr.
Mm.
Yeah. So to name a few lang.
The Cure is one of the first bands that I actually had to, and I made it a mission to actually complete my cassette collection.
Yeah.
And it was back in the day, it was very hard to find their albums. And of all places,
Wow.
I found them in Unimart. They had the record bar inside Unimart, and things were gathering dust. But somehow they were complete. Kompleto yung Cure nila. So I'm like, yeah, man, I was so freaking happy. So
Probably
yeah,
cost a
the
fortune.
Cure. No naman, no naman. I like, wow, cassettes back then. I mean, so okay, I'm gonna age myself. All right, I'm already talking about cassettes, and cassettes used to cost like 25 pesos.
Wow.
Yeah, for
My
an
gosh.
album. The thing is, though, it was very difficult to find the cassettes that you wanted. I mean, it
Mm.
was practically impossible to find cassettes of Rage Against the Machine. I had to get a friend to fly it over, and then the CDs came out, and then a better selection came out. But that was very difficult to find, actually. But those are great influences. Police definitely, you
Yeah,
know,
for sure.
and U two. What was the U two? If you can name the album, Josh, what was the album that hit you?
Joshua Tree for sure. I
Joshua
think the
3.
Joshua Tree. Yeah,
That's the
for
quintessential
sure.
album. That's actually for me. Rattle and Hum was when I actually started paying attention to them, and then I backtracked to Unforgettable Fire, and then when Joshua Tree came out, I was like, yun na, high up these guys. Those are great influences. Ian, what about you? What music do you remember growing up listening to? Ian, are you there?
Hello?
Yeah. Okay, I can hear
Sorry.
you.
My Wi-Fi is as they say, poo-poo. Sorry, what's the question?
What music did you grow up listening to?
My Wi-Fi is pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, my dad kind of likes music too, just a little. And he'd make me listen to he'd make me listen to like the Beatles in the car. I'm a big fan of the Beatles. I mean, who isn't, right? And
Mm.
big fan of like Daft Punk, the
Daft
Strokes,
Punk.
the Vines, a lot of Buzz. And I remember I also watched the Tears for Fears concert, and I didn't even know who they were because I was
Yeah.
actually a fetus at the time, and but I enjoyed it.
Oh,
I really
you
enjoyed
actually
it.
watched them live?
I think so, unless I'm stupid. I
Dang, I
hope I
did
did.
not know that.
I'm pretty sure
I
I
did
did.
not know that. That's
I'm pretty
crazy.
sure I did. But yeah, those are some of the things I listened to back then.
So listening to your musical influences or hearing about your musical influences now, what made you guys decide, okay, I want to be in a band? Ian, you want to start with that?
Um, I told my dad I wanted to be a doctor, but he said, "No, you should be a musician." So I had to seek out.
Hey,
No,
Ian, believe me, be thankful for that. Okay, you got a cool
yeah,
dad, and if he says something, like that, then that's great. Maybe he didn't want to spend for med school, but I remember getting into arguments with my dad who wanted me to be a politician, and I'm like, hell no. I wanna be an actor. I want to sing with
oh
a band,
man,
and he was mortified. So be thankful for that.
thank God you're not a politician. I can still respect you. Sorry.
Well, right. One of the best and most
Okay,
mature decisions I
and
ever made.
anyways, sorry.
Anyway, what made you want to form a band?
Uh, I don't know. In high school, uh, we well, we wrote the song "Happy Thoughts," and we just realized that kind of we worked well together, and then we got Punzi on board because we knew him from high school also, and we ended up working well together. So it just was like, why not? You right? I mean, we all like
Yeah,
it. We all have fun doing
yeah.
it, so why not? And I just got confirmation that yeah, I did watch Tears for Fears when I was a fetus, so that's good. I'm not
I saw
crazy.
the comment. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
All right.
yeah. My dad. Yeah,
What about you? What about you, Punzi? What made you wanna, hey, let's be in a band?
Sessioning for this band also when they were starting out was always because we're all friends, and that's the best way to do it. Doing music with friends, it's one of the best feelings ever because you just feel connected, and
Yeah.
that's what I felt when the first time I sessioned for these guys. Like, and they always asked me. They always told me like before, uh, we hate calling you a sessionist because we feel like we're right,
Yeah.
right, because we
Yeah,
feel
for
like a
sure.
band
yeah,
as well.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
and that's where it comes together. And that's
Yeah.
where I thought, nah, okay, I think this is a good idea.
Well, if it works, right? If it works, if it's fun, if you're doing it with friends, hey. What
Yeah,
about you,
why not?
Cairo? What about you, Cairo? What made you say, okay, we gotta be in a band?
Uh, I don't think for me, I didn't really feel like we were really a band until we were going to our first gig. I remember looking at Ian, we were like, "Oh my gosh, we're actually playing a show."
yeah,
So yeah, and like it was like, I mean, we're not doing majority covers. Like these were songs that we wrote. We did like
Yeah.
one cover, so it was super surreal. I think for me, especially um to be playing these songs that we were just fooling around with. The Happy Thoughts particularly, well, yeah, was one of the first songs. It was just a high school like requirement to write a graduation song, and
yeah,
yeah, we were late in submitting it, so I told Ian, I was like,
yeah,
"Yo, we have to submit this like yesterday, so you have to
yeah.
come to the house."
Yeah, he
So
approached me at the end of a class and he was like, "Hey, are you free today?" And I'm like, "I think so. Why?" And I was like, we have to submit a grad song." I said, "Okay, when's it due?" "Oh, yesterday." Like so casual.
yeah, so he went over, and then we were just listening to like, we took like 30 minutes just to listen to like some influences, like just sound trip, and then we started writing, and it was just so fast. Like I've never that was the very first time for me to experience that, um writing a song that quickly, and then just being like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. And I think for me, that was something that, I mean, I really love that feeling also, just to be able to create music with friends in that sense. um it was just so quick, and it was such a crazy moment for me also. And I at that moment, especially with like, Punzi was like the best guitarist in Zubel, hands
Probably
down.
still is. Still
He
is.
probably still is. So
It's
that's
not true.
why
Yeah.
That's not true. That's not true.
that's why it was an honor. Like we felt so happy that he said yes to finally like be officially part of the band. So when we wrote Happy Thoughts, we're like, this really needs something. And yeah, Punzi was such a like great addition to the band, and I don't think it would have been as good as it is if it wasn't for him too.
Well, I gotta say, like since we're talking about happy thoughts, right? And I didn't realize that this song had been written, like, for your graduation. It is a graduation song, but I didn't realize that you guys actually wrote it for your graduation and it was due yesterday. You know, but I
Yeah.
gotta say that when I first heard the intro, I'm like, I had my doubts. But when that intro, that nice sequenced, keyboard intro comes in, it just gets reinforced by Punzi's crunchy guitars, and I'm like, puta, yeah, that's the groove.
Mm,
That's the groove.
yeah,
And
And
I think the
that's
same
what
Punzi,
I was going for. Yeah. I love that. I love
yeah,
that reaction.
right? That's the thing, right? They're like, puta,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
groove, right?
Yeah, so to the guys watching right now, if you re-listen to Happy Thoughts, I want to hear, yeah, you have to feel that. You have to feel it.
You know,
Exactly what I was going for.
it's funny though, but everybody I've ever interviewed, the musicians I've ever interviewed, and when I asked them what made you want to be in a band, everybody has these like deep answers of like, oh, it was magical. We wrote, the song so quickly and all that. Nobody ever mentions the truth that you form a band to get the girls.
I was expecting to get money, but
No,
Either,
no,
yeah,
I think
that's
Ian,
another.
sorry, if you wanted to get money, you should have been a doctor.
I should have been a doctor. That's right. That's right.
But really, I mean, everybody, that I know of, deep down inside, has formed a band to get laid, to get the girls. And nobody ever speaks the truth. Everybody tries to come up with like deep reasons. You know what I mean? And as I say, I've got to say, looking at the comments on Facebook right now, we have, I think, two guys who are commenting, and the rest are females. So, guys, you
I, don't-
guys are doing something. You guys are doing something right. You
I
guys are doing
mean,
something right.
personally, I don't like girls because they have cooties. So I'm kind of trying to avoid that.
Well, you know what? Let's read some comments. See,
Oh my
right,
gosh,
right, right,
Lychee.
right there. Oh my God,
That's
I
my
love
that's
you,
that's my
Cairo,
childhood
for
friend
that.
right there. She's also a musician. She's
There you
she's
go.
crazy. She's great.
Oh,
She has
Poggy.
she's on
Yes, isn't
Spotify.
isn't isn't he so
Oh,
poggy in his
Poggy.
blue
Oh
light?
my god.
You know.
Babayan
I thought you
Lychee.
said
Well, she's not
Pog.
wrong. She's not wrong.
Oh, diba? Oh, we have kids saying, oh my God, his voice. There you go. We have Danica Lopez saying, "I love you, my favorite trio."
There's four of us though.
You know. Well, yeah, that's a question that's actually popped up, which I'm gonna get to later. In terms of like, yeah, are you gonna remain a trio? Are you gonna have this fourth person be a permanent member of the band? There we go. Are you guys gonna stick
Oh,
with being a trio, or do you have plans to add
uh,
another member?
yeah, we're
Will
planning to
Ate
have the
Anna be
first.
your permanent bassist?
Anna
Yeah,
is
we're
not
planning to
like
have. Oh yeah,
yeah,
Anna's not.
Anna's not a permanent bassist. Yeah, she's a sessionist and she's been sessioning for other artists as well. She's also our high school batchmate though. She came from Zubel as well, so that's why we clicked like really quickly. It
Mm,
was so easy to just play with her. She was really she got the groove right away, and she also recorded Happy Thoughts. So I mean, it was just easy,
Oh, see,
but
yeah,
she's not.
okay.
Yeah.
There's there's
and
there's a comment also for Punzi. Punzi, I'm such a big fan of yours from Leanne.
Ooh,
Thank you.
There
Thank
you
you.
go.
Bunzi has the
There you go.
craziest fans. Like also like on our wish bus, he has the craziest fans. He has the
uh,
best. I love his
It,
fans.
it's that crunchy guitar, pare.
It's the
It's that
crunchy
Yeah, it's
crunchy
guitar.
a
It's the
guitar.
crunchy
yeah.
guitar.
It
that's
makes you
right.
go
Right?
yeah, yeah,
Right,
Yeah,
Punzi?
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
factor. You gotta have that.
yeah, baby.
And the
All right, so
glasses.
and the glasses and the good boy look, you
The
know.
good boy.
Yeah, the good boy look like parang, oh, I can take him home to mom and I won't get into trouble. You know what I mean? Pare, Punzi, that's your market, pare. That's your market.
Oh my god.
I love this. Okay, I'll take note of that.
Yeah, you gotta use what you got,
Yeah.
man. And you've
Oh
got
my gosh.
He knows
the foggy
exactly what
good
I'm
boy.
going for.
It was straight
He
up,
knows.
straight up in detail.
Okay, so going into happy thoughts, right? So basically, you guys wrote it, and Kyra, you were saying like in 30 minutes, you guys wrote it and recorded it. And how is it? Because it's amazing because for me there is an 80s inevitably, and I hate to say this, there is an 80s flavor to you guys, but it's 80s updated. And I when I first encountered your first single, 12 Midnight, I was expecting you guys to be older. When I found out who you were, I'm like, fuck these kids. Really, fuck these kids. You guys are really good. I was pissed. I was equally as pissed as I was amazed because it was a really, really good. It's a really good song. And then
Thank you
you
so
follow it
much.
up with Happy Thoughts. And they're both these songs, and I really hate the fact, and I've told you guys this. I hate the fact that they only have two songs that I can listen to on loop because I'm so bitten. I'm so bitten that I only have two songs to listen to. But there is inevitably an 80s flavor that I sense. Could
Oh,
this be from, was this deliberate, or was this just like your influences bleeding out into your music? Eon, you want to take that? Oh, Eon just turns around and like gives us the shoulder, right? Oh, he brings a friend on camera.
sorry.
So was there a deliberate 80s sound influence that you wanted to put it on, or was it just because all your musical influences were just
Sorry.
coming out?
My Wi-Fi is
Your
being
Wi-Fi is poo poo.
poop.
Cairo, let's go to you. Let's just go to
Um.
Can I
you.
swear?
While Eon, yeah, of course you can swear. I've been swearing kanina pa.
Oh,
Oh, there we
he's
go.
gone.
And he's gone. Cairo, let's go to you. Was there a deliberate 80s influence?
Um. Where's Ian? The 80s sound actually for midnight specifically.
Yeah.
It was a demo that I'm actually it's called Midnight.
Hmm.
The real reason. Can I say the real reason? Ian, once.
Am I moving? Am I moving
Yes,
already?
you're moving. You're moving. You're good.
Okay. No.
No. Okay. Okay.
No,
Okay.
no.
No. Okay. Go. 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 Go.
Okay.
Go.
The
Go.
real reason why the song's called Midnight. I mean, initially was because there's just one time I woke up and it was just like a random night, and it was one of those nights like kind of down nights, and I woke up specifically at 12:15, and then I tried to recreate the song "The Way You Make Me Feel," Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
and it had this synth, and I was like super out of it, like super sleepy and all that. And I was like thinking, I'm just gonna put my hand on the keyboard and like hopefully it's gonna be the chord. And it was the wrong chord, obviously. But I just decided to roll with it and then just build off different loops until it layered on. And I named that that project 1215, and I
Sorry.
sent it to the guys. And yeah, Ian had a great melody for it, and then Punzi put some guitars on it. And yeah, it's not really exactly like intentional in a sense. Like I want a band that sounds 80s.
Yeah.
I guess it just sort of poured out naturally because of the things that we grew up listening to also. I mean, I felt like it was super just lucky that um I get to be in a band with like people who would also listen to like Tears for Fears and music back then. It'd be so hard if like I was in a band with people who were like listening to like pop stuff now. Like we wouldn't get along in writing. But yeah, I'm super lucky to write music with these guys, and yeah, that's why I guess that's the reason why for Midnight specifically it sounds very 80s. It was just a pour like a outpour
Well,
of
I
influence.
mean, like, if you tell me like you woke up from a dream and you had Michael Jackson's "The Way You Make Me Feel"
Yeah,
in your head,
yeah,
and if you listen to those two things side by side, they couldn't be more different. But I see the seed of it. But I see the seed
yeah,
of it.
yeah. I don't know. It's just like a super mix. It even Happy Thoughts. There are different melodies that and synths that I got from like Eon wrote some of the synth lines there, and we got it from different inspirations from different bands as well. So it was just like a mix of all of our sounds put together, and mainly because like the synths in like the DAW, like the audio workstation we work with, like it's just easy to tweak also the synth software. So it was just like,
That's
oh,
true.
this sounds cool.
Yeah, let's play with this. Why not?
Yeah, it was just fun. Honestly, it was nothing to be
Okay,
like.
so since we've jumped to midnight, can I just tell you, when I first heard that when you guys released it last year, that was one of the darkest days of for me during the pandemic because I was struggling to build another future. I had just been told that all my dreams in theater and in live events and gigging in a band, basically the government just told me, oh, you made a bad choice, you're non-essential. So what the 40 years of my choices just went down the drain. And I heard midnight, and midnight made me feel, and this is the initial feeling, like I remember so clearly. It made me feel like I was a boy in a bubble floating in outer space trying to re-enter the earth's atmosphere. That's the specific feeling and image that I got, and it still is when I first heard that song. And it's something that is so important because I mean, if a song that made me feel that way, it's like trying to get back into my life, and somehow I can't because I'm floating in outer space, and I might burn up, upon re-entry. But I'm still gonna try, and I think that's the most amazing feeling. And then when I found out you guys were like you guys, I was like, fuck these kids. Fucking kids are amazing. But you guys made me feel that way, and that actually got me through a couple of weeks of it was
Wow.
on loop. I was playing it on loop, and I was trying to figure out. It was hitting so many emotions in me because I'm just trying to re-enter my life, and that was the soundtrack of me trying to re-enter my life, which I did eventually, and it's because of midnight. So I'd like to
Wow.
share that with you guys and thank you guys for releasing that when you did, because that's the beauty, I think, of music. You never know how it's going to hit somebody. It sounds good to you. You wake up from a dream, you're dizzy, and you're trying to play Michael Jackson's "The Way You Make Me Feel." But Pyro, that got me through a couple of darkest weeks of my entire life.
Wow. That,
Right? I mean,
my
and that's the
gosh.
beauty of music. You never know. You never know how it's going to hit somebody once you release it. It's
Yeah.
almost, in a sense, it's not like it's yours anymore. It becomes ours because that's the specific emotion and feeling that I have. And then, of course, I'm getting very distracted by this comment from your friend Brian. Punzi, how do you make looking sexy so easy? He types in all caps.
You see, his
All right,
fans are the
I
best.
know, I know.
I love
And
their
He
then
has
aggressive
the
and
best
spirit.
and
fans for
and
sure.
that's
You know,
serious, huh? That's all
they
caps, huh?
never run out of questions. For me, it's just getting in terms of my sexiness, they never run out. See,
See, there you go. Oh yeah, no,
besides,
Punzi. Besides Brian Reyes, who else is your inspiration among your friends?
you
Nako,
know,
name. No. Yan yung sagot?
okay, no,
No.
no, 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 no. Let's go back to the sexy question.
let's
Kinilig.
go. Let's go back to
Kinilig.
the sexy question. Yeah, but it's coming from a guy, so it means you're hitting all the markets. That's good. That's a good way. That's a good
The
way to
broad
go.
market.
That's
The
That's a
true.
good
broad
way to
market.
go,
It's a
Punzi. That's a
broad
good way to
market.
go. And so, okay, so yeah, Joanna, I agree with you. Midnight is such a great masterpiece. Yeah, and upon repeated listenings of Midnight, from me in a bubble floating into space trying to re-enter the Earth's atmosphere, I got images of me on, in a car in a passenger seat with the window down, and you just see these lights passing by,
Mm,
and you're
yeah.
wondering, am I going to meet a girl? Am I going to break up with a girl? am i am I feeling sad? Am I feeling melancholy? Am I remembering a good time that I'm trying to recapture? All these
Yeah.
things came out with just repeated listenings of your songs. And I don't know if you've ever spent um any time thinking about what kind of impact your songs would make on people. But happy thoughts, going into happy thoughts now, I think it's such a great step up because I know, again, Punzi, those sexy crunchy guitars, pare. You know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Eon, those vocals were fantastic as well. You
Yeah.
know, the
Ian's vocal prod.
emotion, the emotion,
Thank
you
you.
know. Oh, so humble. He's just like, thank you, you know. All like, oh, thanks, you know.
Yeah.
But
No,
but
thank you.
but
Really, thank you.
but okay. So happy thoughts. You know, it's such a strange combination of things that if you look at it, really shouldn't fit together, but it does.
Mm. Yeah.
And if you guys were writing that graduation song, I can't wait to hear what's next for you guys. Are you planning an album? Are you releasing more songs? Why don't you fucking just quit school and, here I am giving really bad advice. Quit school and go into this full time because, I'm so bitten with just two songs, right? Oh, here,
Mhm.
oh, Lance. Okay, Punzi again. Lance is saying, Punzi playing the guitar turns me on. Punzi, seriously, you're
My
killing it on
goodness.
the comments, man.
My
Something
goodness.
about
You are just killing it on the comments.
he's
Oh
turning
my
But
red.
goodness.
But okay, all right. Let's go into
Nah.
serious. Let's go into a serious question now. All right, where do you guys see nobody's home going? I mean, how far are you guys gonna take it?
Probably like 2 more days.
Yeah, 2 more days. Okay, game. 2 more days.
More.
So
No,
Friday,
no,
Friday.
no,
Friday.
no, no. You can't. No, as a fan, I will stalk you and bother you. Into recording.
I don't know
No, I mean
actually.
how.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
Sorry.
we didn't really go into making the band like, oh, I want to like this is my dream to be like a superstar, rock star. Like, it was just us friends just thinking that we wanted to make music. There were ideas, and we never really sat down and really thought about like talked about that, like where is this going. It was kind of just like, I have a song. Like let's work on it. Like just have fun, basically. So I guess um yeah, it's just us having fun. I don't know exactly until when, but enjoying it for
Yeah.
now.
Ideally, like we just last until like death, I guess. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah.
Who really knows? I guess honestly, the best way to answer like how long do we see? Uh, I forgot where I was going, so I guess we'll never know. My
Okay.
bad.
Well, at least that's a better answer than just 2 days, because that that
Yeah, that's true.
that
That's true.
that did freak me out. Right. But okay, so I mean, but okay, I mean, getting signed to Sony Music, going into the studio and writing and recording your songs. Can you walk me through the recording process and how you guys go into the studio? Are there any rituals you might have? Are there things that you do before going in, or you just go, "Hey, this sounds good. Let's do it."
Oh, you got it. You got
A
it.
lo-
There you
lot
go.
of lot of Backstreet Boys. A lot of Backstreet Boys singing.
It's funny
Yeah.
that he's not like joking.
No,
We
yeah,
actually
yeah, we,
every time we meet, for some reason, we end up just singing Backstreet Boys.
yeah. Even before going to a gig, like on the road, like we're
Yeah.
we're blast. I don't know why though. I think it's because of Punzi. Like he does like the R&B, like guitar and the acoustic so well, and like he starts singing like Neo and like Usher and
Yeah, he just
sync
starts
stuff.
singing
He does
random
it
stuff.
so well.
Oh
So
man.
yeah, I guess it's one of the ritual things. But
Okay, so you're laying this on Punzi. This is Punzi's fault that you guys do the Backstreet
No,
Boys.
come on, guys.
Yeah.
No.
Do you do it with the choreography? Do you do the
Of
whole?
course. We all
Of
stand
course,
up and
yeah.
then we all get into formation.
Shh. We
You
don't talk
have to.
about that. We don't
No,
talk
you
about that.
no, dude. You have to. You can't do it without the choreography, man. You know.
That's right. That's right.
yeah, it's incomplete.
That's right. That's right.
And so how was it? How was it when you got signed to Sony Music? How did you guys feel about Oh no, we're signed. Now that means we have to put out songs.
It was crazy, man. Like Mr.
Yeah.
Sony himself approached us and signed our arms. I don't know where
Sign
I'm going with this also.
I remember the time when we were gonna get signed. We were supposed to sign the contract in a 7-Eleven.
So,
In
at
a
the
Oh my
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
and
But it
and
turns
That's
out to
then
be
right. That's right.
a
and I was like,
Max.
can we go to the Max restaurant down the street? And
Mastasyal.
okay. Para mas
Mastasyal.
social, mas memorable naman. Ba't naman kasi 7-Eleven, di ba?
But
I
pare,
remember,
that's a legendary story right there.
yeah,
Pare,
the
we're supposed
car,
to sign a contract in 7-Eleven. Anong
the car
branch?
ride,
Anong branch? Anong branch
the
sa
car ride
7-Eleven?
going home. The car ride going home with my mom.
Oh.
The conversation was like, how does it feel getting signed? And it's like, we almost signed in a 7-Eleven.
Yeah, we got takeouts pa. We got like brownies or some stuff. I don't know what we
Yeah, we
got.
did.
I had the paper and then like sweets. Going home. What a feeling.
But is there any pressure on? I mean, we go back to
Mm.
pressure. Is there any pressure now that you're signed? Now that you are recording artists, has that changed anything in your dynamic or in your process?
um,
Cairo, you wanna try answering that?
Um Honestly for me, like uh a bit, yeah. But I think because of this whole like COVID thing, it not really felt in a sense. So but the pressure in like scheduling, oh my gosh, scheduling is such a pain, honestly. Like to record, scheduling is so hard for three of us, and it's only three of us. I can imagine like a band with like seven people, or like Snarky Puppy and stuff like that. Like, can you imagine like all of them? Are you free on Friday? Like, you have to call like 17
Ayan, sabi
people.
ng offshore, scheduling.
Scheduling, yeah,
Can you hear the
scheduling.
tone in that comment? You can hear the
yeah,
tone.
I feel it.
Scheduling.
Yeah, the
It's from
triple
experience.
periods really make it all.
From experience,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But yeah, yeah, I don't. There is pressure in a sense, and again, super surreal to actually just even be signed. We were also shocked, honestly, when we got the call. Since we didn't have any songs out yet, and we haven't
Yeah.
been gigging out for very long. So to have like a label be like, we believe in your sound, like, wow, okay, like that was crazy for us. And I guess it was more motivating than, again, like what Ian said. It was very motivating than actually like pressuring and like the worry of it. Um yeah, Midnight specifically was like, it took so long to record. Was it like a year? Am I right,
Wow.
Ian?
Yeah. It,
A
it took
year,
exactly
because
two
it was
decades.
it was our first song. So um like the whole process of recording it was my first time to ever track in drums in a studio, and I didn't really know the whole process of recording something with like audio tracks. So it took so long to find the right sound and everything. Went through so many people, but yeah, again, not worrying at all. Um, More motivating in a sense.
What about you, Punzi? How was the experience for you after getting signed, having to go into a studio, lay down some tracks?
again, knowing that I'm gonna be doing it with these guys, and yeah, it's for sure an experience. And well, after getting signed, I didn't know what to expect actually. But doing it with these
Yeah,
guys nga talaga, it's gonna be experience for me. And talagang I was looking forward to recording and just trying things out because we were all on the same page.
yeah,
Like nobody actually had the vision of saying, let's do like one full album lang and just dip. No, we don't do that. There was no sitting down talaga. It's more of like, oh, I have a song, I have a demo, and then we'll go like, okay, let's see what
yeah,
we can do with it.
yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. Ion, are you there?
Yeah,
He looks
Ilan.
he looks frozen.
Iyon.
Quick, let's talk about him since he can't do anything about it. All right, that's great to hear. I think that boils down to the truth of the matter. Like, if you
No.
guys are having, are you guys having? If you guys are having fun, doing music, playing music, recording music, writing music, together, and you guys are on the same page, and you guys are basically on the same journey. I think that's reason enough to keep it going, and really until it stops being fun. But I mean, for the U2 guys here, I mean, if you have read the biographies of U2, I remember this particular story about when U2 was recording Actung Baby, and they didn't know where they were headed, and they wanted to break
Mm.
up. They seriously said, you know what, I think it's time for us to throw in the towel, and all of them were agreeing. And they were in the middle of recording. They stepped out of the studio. They had a cigarette, and their wives told them, you know what, why don't you guys go down into back into the studio, stop trying to work on existing material, and write a brand new song. And if that doesn't work, then you guys can call it quits. Really, the wisdom of the wives, right? So all the members of you two went back into the studio and said, okay, let's do what our wives have said. Let's try to write a song, and they ended up writing one, which is one of their most amazing songs. And they said, you know what, this song's pretty good. Maybe we should keep on doing this.
Dang.
So
I don't know.
you guys, right? That's what an amazing moment
Yeah.
that could be. And if you guys are gonna continue making music, which I really hope you do it for the right reasons. And it's because you're having fun, and of course, to get the girls. And equally amongst all of you, and not just Punzi. Punzi can't keep on getting all these like
For
stalker fans.
broad,
He
broad,
can have
broad.
them. It's fine.
Yeah. A broad market. A broad market.
Yeah,
It's the
he can
guys. I'm
have
telling you,
them.
it's the, it's
I'm
the
very happy with my.
You're happy with your.
with
Are
your
you acknowledging? Are you
Okay.
acknowledging, my
Like,
guy? My
yeah, I'm happy
guy.
with my
My
current relationship.
guy.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought.
yeah, my current relationship. Very happy with. Yeah.
well, that's good. So please, I mean, you guys got to keep on doing music, and I hope to have more than just two songs from you guys, because I can't wait to listen to what you guys have planned next. All right, so we're going to go into this section now called the rundown, and I'm going to be asking you 10 quick questions. All right, you can explain it, you can choose not to explain it, but basically, off the top of your heads, what would your answer be? So let's start out with Eon. Eon, first question: what is your favorite word?
Poo poo.
That's he said poo poo so many times during the show, so that just might be true. But we need to hear it from Eon. Eon, is poo poo your favorite word?
It's either poo poo or wee wee. It's one of those two, I think. Both of
But
those are really good.
is poo poo like one word or
That's
is
true.
that two words technically? Like was there a dash?
I think the dash makes it one word.
Okay, if it's not
You know,
if there's a dash, then poo poo. But if it's not one word, then I'll go with wee wee.
oh, kasi walang dash yung wee.
It's one word.
What about you, Cairo? What's your favorite word?
Favorite
Yeah,
word.
yeah. It's just
My God.
WEE.
Um I don't know. I can't think of any. I'm gonna say home.
Home. Great. Yeah, that's good. That's a good word. That's a great word. Poons, what about you?
Sexy.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, pare. There
My
you
guy.
You
go.
know, it's you. Like, mga ganun dapat. Yeah.
All right, Punzi. Question number 2. Let's start with you. What is your least favorite word?
Hmm. Okay.
Oh no.
I don't wanna say the
Represents us.
but
Hello?
I really hate. There are a lot of words that I don't like listening
Oh, there.
to.
Sorry.
um, it's a Tagalog word. It's called. The first one I don't want to say it, but the second one is Malagkit. I don't like it. I don't know
I
why.
was
I
gonna
just
say
don't like.
something similar. Mine is moist.
Yeah, something
I
like
don't
that. I
like
just
the
don't
word
like.
moist.
I just
You
don't
don't
like. I
like
don't
the
know why.
word. So you don't like the word malagkit, and you don't like the word moist. Eon, what word don't you like?
Um, obnoxious.
Whoa.
Obnoxious.
Oh, obnoxious.
Dang.
Obnoxious.
Yeah.
Dang.
It's
That's
not
it.
nice to say, you know.
That's true.
Mm.
Parang the way you say it means it, diba?
Yeah, though.
When it
Yeah,
comes out of your
it
mouth.
is obnoxious to say.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of
All
people
right,
are saying
Eon.
moist.
I know. I hate it.
Moist. Moist. Have you
Okay,
forgotten
nice.
how wet feels? All
Moist.
right. Um, okay, question
Moist.
number 3. Eon, what turns you on?
Woo.
Long walks on the beach, holding hands, and then uh, personality,
Personality.
and you know, their smarts. You know, I like that.
Okay, that's quite a list right there. Cairo, what about you? What turns you on?
Is, um, New York cheesecake.
New York cheesecake. Oh
Woo.
my god. Oh, yeah, I wish I had some right now. Damn
New
it.
York
New York
cheesecake.
cheesecake. I have to agree with you on that. What about you, Puns?
Life.
Dang. Oof.
Wow, pare. Life.
Damn.
Life.
Damn, man. Okay, Puns,
Damn.
what turns you off?
Uh, uh, hmm. Mm, people who don't think they are not they are sexy.
People who don't think they are sexy.
People
Ah.
Yeah.
who don't think they are
Yeah,
not
that's why
sexy. Wait.
Ako rin napaisip din
That
ako eh.
I had to
ako
say
yan
it
eh.
back.
Sandali ah. Sandali. Sandali. People who don't think they are sexy turns you off.
Yeah.
You know, Puns, when these guys said you were an enigma, yeah,
Again,
you are an
people.
enigma.
People who don't think
He
They are
truly is an
sexy.
Don't,
enigma.
tama ba yun?
People who don't
Who don't
think
think
they are not sexy.
that's what turns you off.
people who don't think homework na lang, homework.
They are.
Homework.
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 Dropbox. I-Dropbox mo yung
Na,
answers.
send mo na lang sa akin. Sagutin ko na lang mamaya.
Oh my gosh. He hung. Looks like, bro, we're taking over the show. Bunzi.
Oh,
Ian?
I'll fill in his space.
Okay, wait.
Hey, it's just the
I
two
don't know
of
how to
us,
be Bunzi.
baby. We're left
I don't know how to.
behind.
How do I. How do I. Oh,
All right, it's
I
just the
was.
three of us. Hello, everybody. Welcome to
Hello.
the Nobody's
Welcome to On
Home
the Rocks.
Spotify show. On the
Spotify
Rocks with
show.
Nobody's Home.
What's up?
And today we'll be talking about what topics are we talking about? The three of us, the classic On the
Um,
Rocks hosts.
classic On the
Uh,
Rocks host.
we'll be
Um,
discussing our favorite horror movies, guys. Okay, so
horror
Punzi,
movies.
what's your favorite horror
okay.
movie?
Horror
Cars.
movies.
Cars.
Why do you say it like that? Okay.
Cars.
What's your favorite horror movie? What's your favorite horror movie? Punzi.
Horror movie.
Monsters
Ano?
Inc. Super horrifying.
It's just so bad. Yeah, I couldn't sleep after watching that, dude.
Monsters Inc. Bro, the first scene. Oof. My God.
And
Wild.
I'm back.
Ooh, really different
Oh,
orientation.
Hey, look at that.
there
I
we
know.
go.
I had to step out. See, I mean, I'm seriously the craziness of being out of town and on location right there. Okay, so where do we leave off? What turns you off? What turns you on? Okay, I want to ask you one last question because I don't know how long my internet's gonna last right now because things are getting wonky here in this
Okay.
location. All right, I want to ask you one last question. If you guys had a chance to collaborate with any artist, living or dead, who would that be? Serious question. All right. Punzi, what about you?
Michael Jackson para makasayaw tayo.
Huh.
Yun.
Diba?
Okay. All right.
Not because of his music, just so that we can
Not
dance.
that-
We can dance.
So you can dance.
Yeah,
Gaga.
yeah.
Oh, Cairo, what about you?
Um, I'm gonna have to say Tears for Fears because like I love the band so much. Yeah.
Right? Can you imagine being able to collaborate with them? Wouldn't
Or
that be
like Phil
amazing?
Collins, like Genesis or
Oh,
something.
Phil Collins. Yeah,
Phil Collins,
for
like
sure.
Philip Bailey. Woo, woo, and
That
Phil
would be
Collins.
fantastic. And Eon, what about you?
There's this Korean artist I really respect named Midair Thief, and I'm a big fan of
Sai.
his stuff. I might choose him. Sai,
Ooh.
shut up, dude. Come on.
Just so we can dance.
Just so you
I
can
would though.
dance.
I would Gangnam Style like forever.
I haven't heard that word in so long. Gangnam
I
Style.
know. I know.
Yeesh.
That feels so like ancient, man.
Yeah, it's
Jesus.
ancient, but yeah, Midair Thief is probably who I'd go with.
Fantastic. All right. Okay, so guys, last call. What's next for you guys? Are you gonna be recording more songs? You're gonna be releasing more album? A full length album? What's next for you guys?
I'm gonna go pee after this, but
Well, that's a legit answer. That's a legit answer. I want to go
Yeah.
no,
pee.
but
Cairo, what about
yeah.
you?
Okay, that's my answer.
Hey, you snooze, you lose, Mister Poo Poo.
Yeah.
Now you gotta go wee wee. You know.
That's right. That's right. Okay.
So, what's but seriously, though, you guys are recording more songs.
Yeah,
Because your public want to know.
yeah. We have hopefully, ideally, we'll be releasing two more singles, and then hopefully like an EP or an album. We're not really sure yet, if possible, but yeah, it's on the works.
Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, one last question for you guys. One last question. If you can give any advice to anybody just starting out in music today, what would that advice be?
Do it with your friends.
Do it with your friends. That's a great T-shirt right there. Do it with your friends.
That's
It
a
can have
bad
so many
t-shirt.
meanings.
No. That's a
That's a
bad.
bad t-shirt, dude.
No.
All right, guys.
Um,
Okay, so we know what Punji's advice is going to be like. Do it with your friends. Cairo, what about you? What would your advice be like?
um, don't forget to have fun in the process, like, and just maintain that sort of passion for it. Like, if there's nothing, it, yeah, it's gonna be sad if you don't have fun with it.
Have fun. And Eon, what would your advice be?
I think personally, like I'd say find yourself. Uh, um, like find your voice, I guess. Yeah, just find yourself in your music.
Find yourself in your music. Be
A
true to
lot of people,
yourself.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, basically.
All right, that's
I don't
fantastic.
know. I don't know what it means, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's good. That's good food for thought, and that's great advice. So, okay, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Punji. Thank you so much, Kyra. Thank you so much, Eon, for taking the time tonight. I wish we had more time, but I have no idea how long my signal is gonna last. Please keep on making music, keep on having fun because we love you guys. We love your music, and there should just be more music. And I'm really looking forward to when this pandemic ends. I really want to be there at your gigs, guys. So thank you so much for taking the time tonight.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
Had
much for
fun.
having us. It was really
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody's home. Thank you, guys. All right, so that makes it like I think the second time in all our episodes that I've actually disappeared from the feed. But then you never know what's gonna happen when you go live, and that's why we love doing this. But judging from talking with these three guys, it's really great to find out that these guys are making music for the right reasons, and they're making music for, you know, for what makes them happy. I think that's the best reason to go into any creative endeavor. And in my opinion, the kids are all right, and that's nobody's home. So, all right, man. Just I want to say a few announcements from Offshore Music, guys. We've got a new album, a new artist signed up, and his album Two Drank Soju is coming out next Friday. That's Ian Penn's new album, distributed by Offshore Music. Please follow them on their Instagram and on their Facebook pages. Thank you so much to Buenos Dias Panaderia and the Misty Mountain Cafe. And thank you so much to Liquor.PH. It's whiskey month, guys. It's World Whiskey Month. So make sure to check out Liquor.PH for all the best deals. And remember, you get free delivery when you order from within Metro Manila. World Whiskey Month, and I'm really enjoying my whiskey tonight. I just wish I had more signal to go with the whiskey. So yeah, that's our episode for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to be sorting out. I have to sort out my signal here because I'm here for a month. So hey, we've got like more shows to do. So I'm sure we'll sort that out. But of course, I'm Jamie Wilson, reminding you guys to please stay safe, stay strong, stay sane, and hey, man, if you find that life is a little mixed up or um, a little shaken or stirred or a little bit on the rocks, what matters most is that you take your shot. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me. Thank you very much and good night.
On the Rocks with Jamie Wilson is brought to you by Offshore Music. Go where the sound takes you.